average hockey fan here once again, and tonight I would like to discuss the Montreal and New Jersey game. This is a recap of the game that literally just ended. Unfortunately, Montreal lost this game, but it wasn't a game that us Habs fans are going to look at it and say, oh, well, it was a brutal loss for Montreal or anything like that. Montreal really outplayed New Jersey in this game. I expected the whole while they were going to win. I kind of put the loss on Neimi. The overtime goal, in my opinion, was weak. He should have had that. Price would have had that post, that up against that post. He would have had that corner closed for sure. But hats off to New Jersey. Montreal did get a point because it ended in overtime, and I will explain what happened right now. Some points about this game before I say anything of statistics or anything like that. Jesperi Kotkaneimi, this was his best game of the year in my opinion. He was excellent defensively. He made one bad play the whole game on the power play when they were keeping it in the zone. They looked like they were going to set something up, and he made a weak pass over it and ended up getting brought out of the zone. But nothing happened out of it. But other than that, on the second power play of the game for Montreal, who once again went 0 for 3 on the power play. New Jersey went 1 for 3, if I'm not mistaken. It was brutal. But yeah, Kotkaneimi, on his second power play that we had, he was shooting from everywhere. His shot looked great. He had, I think, 4 shots on that one power play. He had a goal. He had the first goal of the game. He was all over the ice. He skated faster than I've seen him skate the whole year. It's like this break did so much for him. And I made a video before of my 3 best players going into the break, and the 3 best players I thought were going to, at the end of the year, help the team the most. And man, am I ever looking right on that. Well, at least with this game I am, because Kotkaneimi was great. Outstanding play by Jesperi Kotkaneimi. I'm kind of sad to Habs last because the whole team overall played well. Didn't like the goal that tied it up. It was a bad play by the defense in front. Riley was tied up. He should have had that puck, but oh well, things happen. You can't put the game on one player except for the goalie, in my opinion. And I can't 100% put it on Neimi. He made some decent saves, but that was a game the Habs should have won. Not so much am I going to put the game on Neimi as I'm going to say Mackenzie Blackwood stole the game from New Jersey. He was outstanding. That young goalie with only 10 games in the NHL is everything he's worked up to be. That's his 6th win out of 10 games, and he's like .930 save percentage almost. I think he's like .927 after this game because he was .924 going into it. Anyways, in the first period, Kotkaneimi scored on a beautiful goal from Lehkonen and Ben. I think it was Lehkonen rifled it over to him, and Kotkaneimi just rifled it top shelf. It was a beautiful goal. His 3rd best goal of the year. I'm going to say his 1st best goal was the toe drag. His 2nd best goal was his first against Washington, and this was his 3rd best goal out of his 7 he got. Great game for Kotkaneimi, like I said, assisted by Lehkonen and Ben. After that, right near the end of the period, the Habs got a penalty, and Will Butcher scored on the power play from Kyle Palmieri and Marcus Johansson. So that kind of sucked. It kind of sucked seeing the Habs go into the second period tied with New Jersey, because I thought they really outplayed New Jersey in the first period. They looked like the much better team, and I really would have liked to see them go into that second period with the lead. The second period of the game is when the Habs really looked like they were taking it over. But for some reason, the numbers just don't say that. Well, at least the scoring totals don't. In the second period, Deneau had the first goal from Petrie and Domi. It was a pretty decent little goal. It wasn't bad at all. It wasn't like he comes in and rifles the top corner or broke away. It was a shot from Petrie, I believe, and Deneau came right across in front and tipped it in. It was a beautiful tip goal. If you're a fan of those styles goals, those sneaky tips that Galley's good for, Deneau's good for, you're loving that goal for sure. Definitely a good play by Deneau. The next goal was in the 3rd period to tie the game, was by Nico Hischier. Hischier kind of stole this game too. I didn't like the overtime goal. I don't think he should have scored on that. I think 90% of the starting goalies in the league, even most of the goalies in the league would have had that puck. That was a bad play by Neimi to let Hischier put that in. Like he knew what Hischier was going to do. He was coming up the ice on the left-hand side. He was clearly going to shoot the puck. Neimi should have been up against that post and stopped that. That really looked like a bad goal to me. I'm no expert or nothing like that, but I've watched a million hockey games, and I hate goals like that, no matter if it's my goalie or the other team's goalie. It really doesn't matter. I just hate those weak goals like that, especially in overtime in a game like this. Coming out of the All-Star break, it would have been good to set the tone with a big overtime win. I thought Domi was going to get that overtime winner when he had that wrist shot to hit the post. For a split second, I thought it went in. And the game-winning goal, when it goes into overtime, nothing else happened after he just scored a goal. About 6 minutes of just back and forth hockey. Like the commentators were saying, it kind of looked like they were just both giving each other the point and just doing what they can. There was a little bit of fight at the end. I seen Armia come down on a break at the very last few seconds. Looked like he was going to try and do something until they got knocked off the puck. But when it went into overtime, some pretty good play by Montreal. Petrie had a good chance. He came down. He missed the net. Domi had the first good chance. He came down from almost the blue line, wrist shot. It hit the post. Very good wrist shot. It's good to see Montreal shooting. They controlled the play for the most part. New Jersey had one or two good plays. They had one where they had Neimi down. They were trying to get the shot off, but the puck ended up going behind the net. But after that, they came down the ice, and I think it was Mirko Mueller got the puck over to Nico Hischier. Nico Hischier came down, like I said, on the left-hand side and just overextended his stick and just put the puck right behind Neimi. It really wasn't a good goal. If you missed it, go check it out. That's how the Habs lost. But good news for the Habs. They get the point. They're 6 points up on Carolina and Buffalo. This is a well-needed point. Loss would have really sucked, but it would have sucked way more. A loss does suck, but it would have really sucked way more without the point. When New Jersey did get that second goal, I was kind of in my head thinking, I was like, they're going to get a gross garbage goal at the end, and this is going to be one of those games like against Tampa where you blow it in the last few minutes, or against Buffalo earlier in the season where we took a terrible power play in the last 2 minutes and Buffalo ended up winning by a goal. It's going to be one of those games like that where Montreal gives up the goal in the last minute and they don't even get a point out of it. But thankfully, it didn't end that way. As far as goaltending numbers, folks, not too great for Neimi. 889 save percentage, 3 goals against. Obviously, he faced 27 shots. Blackwood, on the other hand, great numbers for him. My kudos, hats off, Mackenzie Blackwood. 949 save percentage, 2 goals against, 39 shots faced, and out of those 39 shots, I would say at least 25 of them were quality scoring attempts. So rough game for the Habs with the loss, but good to get the point. As a fan, it was good to see my Habs playing. Everybody looked good to me. Jordy Ben looked really good to me. There was a play he made when he was coming down the ice. He was bringing out the zone, and he did like a toe drag to get around the guy to get the pass up to Kotkaneimi. And the commentator said, oh, he must have took tips from Kotkaneimi. And to see Jordy Ben making plays like that, you know your team is playing good. You know you're firing on all cylinders. They should have won this game. Mackenzie Blackwood stole the game. But hats off to New Jersey. Good to see him get the 2 points. They needed it, but not as good as it would have been to see my Habs get them 2 points. New Jersey's not a team I'm going to hate on. If it was the Leafs or Boston, I would be disgusted with this loss. If Montreal didn't get a point, I would be disgusted with this loss. But oh well. We got the point. On to the next game. Let's hope we beat Edmonton tomorrow night. Price does struggle against Edmonton, but I'm assuming they're going to put Price in net. So let's hope Price has a very strong game, keeps that save percentage trending upwards, keeps the goals against down, and shuts Edmonton out, or only lets them have 1 or 2 goals, and the Habs win the game. Hoping for lots of goals tomorrow. Would have liked to see Montreal score more goals tonight, but the only reason they didn't is because they faced a really hot young goalie in Mackenzie Blackwood. Had a really good game. So that's my recap of the game. If you missed it, go check the highlights. It's definitely worth watching the highlights. It was a fun game. Till the last 6 minutes, it slowed down, but it was a fun game. Would have been nice to see the Habs get 2 points. They got the point. Oh well. On to the next game. See you in Edmonton. See you after the Edmonton game tomorrow, folks. I'm going to do another recap. I might do a preview too if I get time. Got another video I'm going to drop tomorrow. Had a great idea for a video tomorrow. Check it out around 2 o'clock tomorrow. But tomorrow after the Edmonton game, I'll be laying out another recap. Let's hope it's a good one, a winning one. Go Habs, go. Mr. Average Hockey Fan, over and out. And I'd like to say a big shout out to Talking Habs with Rick. He's always giving me great compliments on my videos, great ideas. We're going to do a collaboration one of these days, hopefully. And he's from Atlantic Canada like myself. So shout out to Talking Habs with Rick. Mr. Average Hockey Fan, go Habs, go, folks.